Friends, what's up? I'm going to show you techniques and tricks how you can beat the system. You see, if you didn't realize by now, this system is made to keep you poor. This system is made to keep people poor, to keep you working at McDonald's, to keep you working at Burger King, and to keep you poor forever. But I'm going to show you techniques. I'm going to show you tricks to beat the system. You see, they design a system to keep you as a slave and to keep them being a slave master over you. But I'm going to show you how to beat the system. You see, there are many things in this life and this world that many people didn't realize because you're so caught up into your everyday life. You didn't realize techniques. You didn't realize tricks that they put into place to keep you poor. But there are ways to beat the system. You see, I can guarantee you that you know more than 10 different people who have been suffering all of their lives. You know many people have been suffering because it is these techniques, it is these protocols, it is these tricks that they put into place to keep you into a sufferation lifestyle. But I'm going to show you 3 strong and positive ways to beat this system. Riches is for all of us, luxurious lifestyle for all of us, but you need to learn how to beat the system. Otherwise you'll be poor, and you'll be poor forever. Rich will only be a dream for you. You'll be working from 9 to 5 every day, but you'll never reach nowhere until you can beat the system. Until you can beat the system. Now there's a technique and a trick that rich people have been using for years. But you know, I think that people needed to be schooled how to beat the system and how to become rich and how to step outside of the box. So I'm going to teach you today. I'm going to teach you 3 powerhouse techniques that I used them before and they work for me. It helped me to generate a lot of riches. So I'm going to teach you how to become a rich person with no background of riches, with no help whatsoever. You can come right out of the ground, right from the ground, and go right up to the top. Now there's a technique that you haven't realized. You could use normal everyday goods and become rich from it. It's just like this. You can find things that people need and not just want. Things that people really need. And you can buy them from the factory. You can buy them by the bulk. And you can sell them back to people. As I said before, not what people want. Things that they need. Things that is a necessity to people that they need like right now. You can buy these things from the factory by the bulk and you get them at a very extremely cheap price. When you sell these things to the people, you can sell it back to a very cheap price because you bought it by the bulk. This is a very strong secret that rich people uses to become richer every single day. They buy things by the bulk and sell it back cheaper. So no one will not accept to let it pass them. Everybody's going to buy it. People will be storming on your shelf for your things because you have great things that they need, but you're selling for the cheapest price. These are strategies that rich people is using for years and making them to become richer. You spend $100,000 buying bulk of these things and you sell them back for a very cheap price. No one can pass it. And the greatest part of it is that people need your things. That is why whatever you're going to sell to people, you have to sell things that they need. So that is a way that you want to keep people keep on coming back. So you spend $100,000 or $200,000, you can quickly bring in $1 million within a couple of weeks or months, rather than just 1 year. Quickly. These are techniques that make you to become rich quickly. I tried these things before. I'm not telling you a story that I made up. I tried these things before. If you can buy things by the bulk, by the boxes from the factory, you get a good rate and a good price. They give you even some boxes free so you can get people to distribute them out for you. You can get people to sell them for you, or you can open a business with it. You can gain big from this. You can become a millionaire by next month or by the next 2 month time by doing this. It's not a joke, my friends. I've been through these things before, so I can tell you. I know what poverty is like. I wasn't always up like how I am with millions of dollars. I was down on my face at one time. I can tell you what poverty is like. And these techniques works. If you're poor and you're down and you're out and you try these techniques, it will work for you. But you just need to do it right. Buy things that people need. Need is a greater need than want. Buy things that people need. Sell it to people. Find your way to sell it to people at a high range, at a very high range that you'll be selling tons of people. In a couple of days you will have more than 50,000, 200,000 very quickly because people need these things. They'll be running to your shelf. They will be running to your distributors and you will become rich quickly. These, my friend, is some crazy ideas. I did these things before and they actually work. When you get things that people really want, they will buy it and you will be elevated to riches quicker. All you need to do is to keep on duplicating the same style, or you can keep on adding more things to it so you'll be making more money. And it really works. It works every time. Now, there's a different technique that I also know. Now, you know that in every country you have horse races where guys can bet on horses. That's a good venture too. Because in every horse stable, there are always guys who train the horses and take care of the horses. These guys, most of the time, there's always guys in the horse stables who know which horse is going to win the race. These guys always know at the last minute which horse is supposed to win the race. Because the leader of the horse stable is the one who's always telling these guys to make this horse win or to make that horse win. So these guys, they know, they have the tip, they know who's going to win. If you're skilled enough, you could get a link with one of these guys or some of these guys who can give you a tip. And when these guys give you the tip, they know which horse is going to win. If you can get a stabilized tip that you can be sure of, because I can guarantee this to you, I did this before, I make millions from this, hundreds of thousands, because I found the right tip in our stables and I win a lot of money. As soon as you find the right person who's going to give you the tip, you can win a lot of money. All you need to do is you correspond with this person. Whatever they say they want in return, you give it to them, and they are always going to give you the right tip. So you can be making millions of dollars from these tips. Whatever horse they tell you, you will win. So say for instance you win 10,000. Well, you know they're going to want $1,000 or 200. They want to want $1,000, or they're going to want like 2,000 from it to keep on being loyal to you. And you just pay your money and you're on track. You can even bet $1 million as long as you find the right linkage in this department. You can even bet $1 million and you'll win more on top of your money. This really works, my friend. I did this before and I gained from it. These things can bring you to riches quickly. But don't get me wrong, it is not every guy in each horse stable knows the right tip. You gotta search, you gotta find the right guy. And I will not tell you to bet your money until you're sure. If someone give you a tip saying that they know the right tip, don't just buy it just like that. You need to research on this tip. Bet a little amount of money, and if you win and if you keep on winning, then you can bet big and you can become a millionaire from this. Now this last one here is not one that I really like. It's not one that I really trust. But the thing about this is because it works. The reason why crack cocaine is sold by many people is because it brings in a lot of money. Crackheads are really desperately in need of these drugs all the time. So you can sell crack and you can make a whole pile of cash, but I will not tell you to do it, but you can do it. You can become a millionaire very quickly. If you can go into this game and you can learn the techniques, you have to learn from someone who is very understanding of this game, someone who is very experienced. You need to learn and to know the downfalls and your underscrolls and everything that you need to know. And if you can master this game, you can win big. This is one of the fastest selling thing that I know of. I did this before and I make a couple of hundreds of thousands from this. It works. Because crackheads are always storming you. You see, the greatest thing about selling crack and selling coke is that it doesn't have a season. This is one of the greatest investment I ever put my hand on. But as I said before, I wouldn't tell anyone to really do this. But if you think you can handle it, you could give it a shot. But as I said before, you need to learn from people who understand this game and use all the advantages. Do it. But if you're to find yourself doing this, just be sure of one thing. Make 100,000 or make a 200,000 or make $1 million and jump out of this game. You see, many people who you see just appear in the rich scene, just being rich out of the blues, many people did this, but they hide it from people. Many people were selling crack and they use crack to make millions and then they leave the game to get the cops off their ass or to get people who have been watching them or ending up in prison. It's not the best thing for you to do, but I'm telling you, my friend, you can make millions from this. You can make a whole pile of cash. This can make you become a millionaire. But if you're to end up in this game, remember my friends, do not get addicted to selling this thing. Well, I would like to start by telling you not to ever, no matter what, don't you ever take the substance. But if you're ever to sell it, you sell it just for a time, make a certain amount of money, and you leave this game. This game can cost you everything. People will envy you, people want to kill you, you'll be on someone's turf that they want to get you off. You gotta keep your shit together. So as I said again, I am not encouraging anyone to really do this, but this is a venture that can make you become crazy rich quickly. Well folks, these are the 3 strongest ways that I tried for myself and it worked for me. I use it to make hundreds of thousands. I use it to set many businesses and many things. Horse racing, selling normal things to people and buy it by the bulk. It works also. Selling drugs, buy it by the bulk and sell it. It works. These 3 things really work. If you want to become a rich person, you can jump into any one of these 3 things, but I wouldn't really advise you to jump into the drug selling. But if you think you can handle it, you can do it. But these things works. And that's where I ended, folks. These 3 things can make you become a millionaire.